Om Neelambuja Shyamal Komalangam Sita Samaropita Vamabhagam Panau Mahasayak Charu Chapam Namami Ramam Raghuvanshanatham. Adorations to Lord Rama, whose complexion is like a blue lotus, very tender and delightful in appearance. Sita is seated on his left side, and he is carrying powerful bow and an arrow in his hand. Sri Ramcharitmanas by Sri Swami Tulsidas Ji, Goswami Tulsidas. And Ayodhya Kand, verse number is 204. Following this story, the context here is Bharata, with lots of citizens from Ayodhya, along with his mothers and all close relatives. Bharata is on the mission of meeting Rama and coronating him, bringing him back to Ayodhya, which of course will not happen, but giving insight into philosophical aspect. Bharata is a role of bhakti, devotion. Out of 4 great yogas, karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, jnana yoga. Bhakti is the most profound. And if bhakti is highlighted, all other yogas will automatically become integrated and they will blossom. So as sadhana, if bhakti enters your heart, devotion to God, your whole sadhana process becomes exceedingly saras, sahaj. Sahaj means easy. You will face your challenges just like a tree faces challenges, all in a spontaneous way. At the same time, it comes saras. You have faced challenges, you are waiting to face more because you are touched by divine compassion. You taste of divine compassion and grace will not come unless you are going through challenges. That again should not confuse you. Life is full of challenges. But the spirit of bhakti has to come to maturity. Bhakti, even though imperfect, has its profound role to play. And Bharata is the embodiment of this whole process of bhakti. Bhakti in a mature state, bhakti facing challenges, until bhakti attains the highest level. But no matter in whatever level bhakti is, all scripture sages and saints applaud that bhakti, even though your bhakti is in a child level. A child recites prayers, parents applaud the child. I'm joking. Because the idea that your child is developing love of God, that's the most profound inheritance you have given to the child. That's Keeping that in view, we follow the Ramayana. Artha na dharma na kama ruchi, gati na chahau nirvaman, janam janam rati rama pad, yah varadhanu na an. Bharata is taking bath in the sacred waters of Triveni, Prayag. In Prayag, 3 rivers join, confluence, Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati. And that's allegorically, in your personality, when 3 nadis join together, Ida, that flows to the left, Pingala to the right, and Sushumna, that goes through to the central channel in your spinal column. When Sushumna begins to operate, both nostrils, Ida and Pingala, become calm. That again is using Kundalini and Pranic movement as the basis. Great changes begin to occur as you advance on the spiritual path. Keeping that type of understanding and follow the story now. So Bharata is offering prayers to the Devi presiding over Triveni river. Arthan dharmana kama ruchi, gati na chahau nirvan, janam janam rati rama pad, yah varadhanunaan. I am not desirous of artha, dharma, kama, or moksha. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. These are the 4 purposes of life. Dharma is the ethical value, artha, material, kama, vital value, how you deal with people, be good, do good, all that come under the vital value. And moksha, infinite value of your life. That's liberation. That's the general plan in scriptures. But if you have developed bhakti, all these 4 will automatically, in a spontaneous way, all the 4 you will accomplish. So you are not stressed. Am I practicing dharma? Am I practicing artha? Am I practicing kama? Or am I moving to moksha? Once bhakti has entered, love of God, automatically you have developed a spontaneous ability to perform all the duties needed in your life without stressing upon those duties, without reminding, am I doing karma yoga? Am I doing dhyana yoga? Have I read the Brahma Sutras? Love of God is the highlight. If you are enjoying sweetness of divine closeness, divine presence, don't worry about all these things. But all these things don't become trifle. They will be there, more effective than people who know them theoretically. You will not be in the state of theory. You will be in a state of experience. So that's the point brought out in this statement. So a bhakta says, I don't want any of these. I don't want all these sadhana, niyamas, nothing. Janam, and don't want to stop life's cycle. Let it be. All that I want, Rati Ramapad. Love at the feet of Lord Rama. Now, automatically, it is a tricky word. If we have love for the feet of Rama, that love will continue to grow. If we have love for worldly relation, worldly object, love becomes restricted by moha, lots of delusional factors. You have to secure your love. Every Christmas you must give a gift. Keep in touch. Say good things. You have to secure your love. So therefore, worldly love doesn't open your heart. It gets crowded. In your heart you have collected so many things in order to secure your love. So that's the nature of worldly love. But divine love, you are opening a little window in your heart. And now you are looking into the vast expansion and this beautiful sunlight. Now open a little more. Breeze comes in. Open a little more. That's called Anurakti. Your love goes on increasing. Your attachment to God goes on increasing in a profound way. That's called Anurakti. Attachment that is restricted in worldly love. Now it begins to grow more and more. And if that is secure, you have attained the goal of all religions of the world. You go into the depth of any religion, this is the ultimate goal. And once that has developed, the idea of whether you will be embodied as a human being again and again, all that idea doesn't. Because if you are coming back again and again as a human being, I'm using figurative terms. Firstly, it's impossible once you have attained liberation. But even if you have the idea that we'll come back, we'll be coming back as Tulsidas will come back as Surdas. Surdas will come back as Kabir Das. You are coming back as sages and saints. But that again is allegorical. You don't have to come back. You become one with God. And the God who goes on coming back according to the need of the soul. But devotees of their great Guru, they always view the Guru is coming back. So that's allegorical mental bhavana. Janahu Ram kutil kari mohi, log kahau Guru sahib drohi. Lord Rama may view me as crooked at the first stage of the devotee, whether God likes me or not, but I want to love God. That is state of mind. So Bharata says, whether Lord Rama finds me crooked, doesn't matter. Crooked or straight. I'm focused on Rama. He can't get away from me. And the world may view me as going against Guru and against God himself. Against Guru, again, here the reference is, Bharata was told by Guru that since King Dasharatha has given you inheritance of the whole Ayodhya, and that you should rule. But Bharata did not. People may take it literally, he is a Guru Drohi. Guru told him, but he didn't. But we have already seen all those contexts. The Guru was very pleased that he didn't follow what Guru told him. Bharata expressed his aspiration for love of God. And all Guru's teachings are meant to promote that state. Sita Ram Charan Rati More, Anudina Bahau Anugraha Tore. O Devi Triveni, may my love for the feet of Sita Ram, may that love go on waxing, increasing day by day. Jaladu Janam Bhari Suratis Visarau, Jachat Jalu Pabi Pahana Darau, Chatakurata Nighate Ghati Jai, Badhe Prem Sab Bhanti Bhalai. Using allegorical language, Chataka bird loves moon. Even if there will be thunder and cloud and rain, the Chataka bird continues to insist on keeping the gaze at the moon. May I have the same type of love for Rama. Love that faces all types of challenges and is not shaken. Kan kahi baan chadhai jimi dahe, timi priyatam pad nem nibahe. Just as gold subjected to fiery challenge, gold passing through the mineral gold, led through the fire, it begins to shine more and more. The real gold comes up. In the same way, love of God shines brighter and brighter as you face adversities. Each time the moon emerges out of a dark cloud, it shines bright. Allegorical statement. Similarly, when a devotee faces challenges, where is the source of strength? His love of God becomes more intense. Artha Bhakti, nowhere to turn to. God alone can and is supporting. So with this type of insight growing, when you have faced adversity after adversity, with constant awareness of sustenance received by God, and Godward movement has become deeper and deeper, then that Godward movement is the gold. That gold begins to shine brighter and brighter. तात भरत तुम सब बिति साधु, राम चरण अनुराग अगाधु. No, first. भरत बचन सुनि माझ त्रिवेणी, भई मृदुबानी सुमंगल देनी. Hearing the words, devotional words of Bharata, the Devi presiding over the Triveni confluence in Prayag, a celestial voice sounded, a voice that was bringing out gentle, graceful words, like nectarine words showering over Bharata. तात भरत तुम सब विधि साधु, राम चरण अनुराग अगाधु. O child Bharata, you are a saint in every way. Your love at the feet of Rama is profound, unfathomable. In vain you are finding fault with yourself. You are most dear to Rama. All the subtle psychology that the devotee has to understand. The first stage, your devotional movement brings to your mind the predicament of your personality. How many negative things you have done, how many negative karmas you have accumulated, and how many things you have to correct within yourself. Your whole mind goes after your own self, not others. And you come to recognize with humility that you have countless defects. Mosam kaun kutil khal kami. Says elsewhere, who is worse than me? Kutil, crooked. Khal, wicked. Kami, fallen into perverted desires. Who can be worse than me? Not to be taken literally. Saints are also reflecting the deepest level of the saint. He doesn't want the highest attainment all for himself. He doesn't want to see the world holding any type of suffering anywhere. That type of heart is a saintly heart. And so, keeping that in view, all the troubles the masses suffer from, all the impurities, he identifies with the world of impurities. All the impurities are mine, oh God. If people suffer from headache, that headache is mine. So be gracious. Who can be more afflicted by headache? Headache that has contained the headaches of all. Try to understand. In a very simple way, be more aware of the negative within yourself than negative in others. That's the kindergarten stage. But that awareness of negative should dwindle into nothing when you begin to bring God in your heart. No matter whatever you have been, a child, no matter whatever the child has been doing, full of mess, dust all over the face, can't hide under the bed. Mother loves the child in spite of all that. So that type of relation you must develop with God. No matter what you are, Well, God is mother of mothers. So bhakti implies you begin to understand the glory of God. So that's what Triveni Devi is saying. Oh Bharata, you are unnecessarily stressing your mind, reminding yourself of your unreal weaknesses. You are loved by Rama in a most profound way. तनु पुल केउ हिए हर्ष सुनि बेनि बचन अनुकूल भरत धन्य कही धन्य सुर हर्षित बरसहि फूल. Hearing these words of Triveni Devi, Bharata was filled with delight. Whole body became with horripilation. His heart was inundated with joy. And at this stage, gods who are always watching over Bharata, they all began to say, Dhanya, Dhanya Bharata, glory, glory to Bharata. And they started showering flowers. And that again is highly allegorical. If you have developed devotion, whole Prakriti, nature in your personality undergoes such a change that divine forces that are blocked out of your view, they are gods. Those forces begin to enter. In other words, you begin to experience joy, the strength of virtue, the strength of faith, the miracle of grace. When all this you begin to experience, it's just like gods are showering flowers. Pramudita Tirath Raj Nivasi Baikhanas Bat Grihi Udasi. In that pilgrimage center called Prayag, all those people, most of them are great devotees. Some are householders. Some have come to Banaprastha level, forest dwelling. Some are brahmacharis. Some are sannyasis. All types of devotees that gather in Tirtha and dwell in the Tirtha sacred place. All of them began to talk about Bharata's devotion. They received inspiration from the example of Bharata's personality. Sunat Ram gun gram suhaye, Bharadwaja muni bar pahi aaye. After all this, now Bharata and all the people with him came to the ashram of Bharadwaja. That's the ashram where Rama had also gone before. Danda pranam karat muni dekhe, murati manta bhagya nija lekhe. And Bharata offered adorations, prostrations at the feet of Bharadwaj, and Bharadwaj was so thrilled, as if his best fortune has smiled on him. Dhai uthai lai udhaline, din ashish kritarth kinne. He ran to Bharata, lifted him up and folded him in his heart and offered blessings to him. Then he gave him a seat to sit on. Bharata, bowing his head, occupied the seat. But Bharata was very humble. मुनि पूछब कछु यह बड़ सोचू, बोले ऋषि लखी सील सकोचू. Bharata was thinking, what will I say to Bharadwaj? Sage, seeing Bharata so gentle, so shy in a spiritual way. सुनहु भारत हम सब सुधि पाई, विधि कर तब फिर पर किछु न बसाई. Bharadwaj said, "Oh Bharata, listen. I already know what has happened in Ayodhya. But all that has happened is Vidhi Vidhan. It's Creator's plan. And it is not under the control of anyone." Let me give you the understanding. Vidhi Vidhan has two stages. Gripped by karma. If you are just living your life led by karma, go on creating karma, then law of karma is law of Brahma. Brahma has designed what should be the law and how it should operate. That design of Brahma cannot be obstructed. But when you develop devotion to God, Brahma's world does not grip you. You are not under the control of law of karma. Now you are under the control of a higher law. Higher law, soul has ultimate goal in the form of attaining enlightenment. That is the ultimate law. That you can't go against. So Vidhi Vidhan in allegorical way refers to that stage, that God's will behind every soul. And the soul will continue reincarnating, but it has only one way to go, ultimate goal. It has to realize its essential nature. And for the sake of realizing, it has to face all needed challenges. And that you can't do anything about. तुम गलानी जिये जनी जनी करहु, समुझी मातु करतूति, तात कई कही दोष नहीं, गई गिरा मति धृति मति धूति. And Bharadwaja, trying to calm the mind of Bharata, says, do not grieve, do not distress yourself thinking about why your mother did all this to bring about catastrophe in Ayodhya, sending Rama, Lakshmana, Sita into forest. All that we have already told you. The role of Kaikeyi, role of inquiry, the role of Jnana movement. But in the early stage, the movement appears to take away all your taste in life. A kind of a sharp and bitter, dry. But the dry movement of presented by Kaikeyi, which is Vichar movement, inquiry into who am I, that movement continues to be a kind of a thorn in one's spiritual progress until devotion begins to develop. Early stage devotion, people practicing devotion, they keep themselves separate from, away from study of Vedanta, inquiry, and going after who am I and asserting I am Brahman. All that seems like Kaikeyi's world. And Bharata world doesn't like that Kaikeyi. So that's the early stage of devotion. And yet, Bharata's devotion wouldn't be so strong if Kaikeyi has not done all those things. So, subtle point you have to understand. And that's what Bharadwaj says, don't give blame to Kaikeyi. It was not her fault. Its fault was with Saraswati Devi, who twisted her intellect. Because Rama had come for a divine purpose. If he stayed ruling Ayodhya, he wouldn't be performing the purpose for which he was born. I'm following the storyline. Yahau kahat bhalak kahin ko, lok ved buddha sammat do. Those people who find what Bharadwaj says, that though Kaikeyi will be viewed by people as someone was kutil, caused all the trouble, but your bhakti devotion, no one will find fault in that. O child, तात तुम्हार विमल जसु गाई, पाई लोको बेदु बढ़ाई. Singing your divine glory, the glory of your devotion. That glory of devotion will be adored by Vedas as well as worldly traditions. Allegorical statements. The Vedic knowledge, the Vedas remain dry until you begin to develop devotion. So the Vedas shine up with their eyes. Oh. So Vedas begin to praise those who have devotion. Because then they are the ones who gain the deepest insight from the Vedas. And those who are not following absolute Vedic laws, they have developed traditional culture. Even they are inspired. So whichever way you are moving in a spiritual path, by traditional culture or by Vedic laws, devotion is a highlighted attainment. Loka Veda sammata sab kahai, yahi pitu deyi raju so lahai. And he's extending this talk from ordinary point of view. It was perfectly normal for the king to have given you kingdom. After Rama was sent to the forest, you were the inheritor of Ayodhya. And the king was Satyavrati, true to his words. If he had lived and seen you becoming king, he would have been very joyous. Ram gavan ban anarath bhula, jo suni sakala vishwa bhai shula. And apparently, Rama's going into the forest has inflicted pain to so many people. So bhavi basa rani ayani, karikuchali antahu pachitani. But Rama's going into forest was the law of destiny. The destiny I have explained, not karmic destiny, but the soul's destiny to attain liberation. That's the real destiny. And for that purpose, Rama's role to destroy Ravana, ignorance. And that role is there for every individual. Every soul has ultimately only one goal: attaining liberation by removing ignorance. And that's your real destiny, divine destiny. The queen was led by this law, and presently she is regretting to have caused Rama, Lakshmana, Sita to go into forest. तहु तुम्हार अलप अपराधु, कहे सो अधम अप अयान असाधु. In all this happening, no one can point finger towards you. You are not at fault in any way. Whoever does it is adham, is a low status, ignorance, unsaintly. करते हु राजुत तुम्हि न दोषु, राम ही होत सुनत संतोषु. If you had started ruling Ayodhya, nobody would have found any fault with you. Even Rama would have been fully satisfied. Abati kinhehu bharata bhal, tumhi uchita matayehu, sakal sumangala mool jag, Raghubar charana sanehu. O Bharata, but now you have done something most adorable. And that was the right thing that you would have done. And what's the right thing? Developing love for the feet of Rama. And this love for the feet of Rama is the source of all mangal, all that is auspicious and good for the whole world. So तुम्हार धनु जीवन प्राणा, भूरि भाग को तुम्हि समाना. And O Bharata, how great you are. Love for Rama's feet has become all your wealth, all your life, all your strength. In other words, you are totally dedicated to love of Rama. And who can be greater than you? Hey, यह तुम्हार आचरजुन ताता, दशरथ सुवन राम प्रिय भाता. And this is not a great wonder. You are son of King Dasharatha, and you are dear brother of Rama. And what you are doing is glory of your own personality. Sunahu Bharata Raghubar man mahi, prema patra tum sam ko nahi. O Bharata, in Rama's mind, no one is more beloved than you. Rama loves you most. Lakhan Ram Sitahi ati priti, Nishisam tumai sarahat biti. When Lakshmana, Rama and Sita were here, they spent their time constantly talking about your love. So Bharadwaj is highlighting the power of devotion that Bharata is expressing in his personality and taking his mind away from distressful thoughts And that's the stage, and we will leave it at this stage. Om. Prayer for divine grace may shower Karunamaya Ras, and may all souls develop devotion to God. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukuma Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshyamamritat. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kashchid Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat.